Hello, hello. This week I wanted to talk to you about how the grass is not always greener on the other side. So many women that I work with dream of starting a business, right? When you're in a crappy corporate job and you feel like you have no freedom, you feel like you don't have any options, you feel like you're chained to the same old process and the same old boring work that you have to do every day, it can seem like starting your own business can be the answer to your problems. Freedom, flexibility, be your own boss and do all of those wonderful things. And whilst of course there is the beauty of that, what some people don't realize is that you've also got to embrace some of the things that you don't have on the other side. So I started my own business exactly for that reason, because I wanted to have freedom and flexibility and to do something that I felt more passionate about, where I could make a bit of an impact. But I didn't realize all the amazing things that I would be saying no to from my corporate job. Things like having support, IT department, secretaries who could help me with binding and all these kind of things. And also the team aspect, being in community with colleagues where we could talk banter around the water cooler and just catch up on silly things and talk about what was going on in our lives. And when you're in your own business, you don't have that. And it can actually be pretty lonely. And you have to do things that you don't necessarily love to do. So today I am coming to you from town. I have just met my accountant to do my bookkeeping, really boring stuff. And you know, that's part of the thing that I don't like about my business as well. Like, you don't like having to do admin and doing the numbers. That really doesn't excite me. What I'm really passionate about is coaching women and seeing them get the transformations and breakthroughs to do their soul work and live a life on purpose. Now, why am I talking about this? Because when you want to pursue something that you love, note that to look at this as an opportunity for sure, but to realize that the grass is not always greener, and that whilst you might be doing something that you love and getting an opportunity to do something more meaningful, you're going to have to embrace some things that you don't love to do as well. So for me, that's bookkeeping, that's accounting, that's admin, that's working on my own, some of the things that I don't necessarily always love, but that actually are part of the requirement. And obviously you can always come up with workarounds, like I've got somebody to support me on all of this, but you still have to take responsibility. So if you're thinking about making a change in your career and you're thinking of a knee-jerk reaction to just start a business because you want freedom and flexibility, I want you to think about really the core of why you're doing things. And there are 3 questions I think are important to ask so that you know whether you're simply dreaming and scheming and trying to come up with an option as a way to avoid reality versus genuinely following your heart's desire and pursuing the work that you're here to do. So question number 1, why do you want to make a change? What's the driving factor? What's underneath it all? Number 2, what's it going to give you if you make this change? How will your life be different? Are you going to have more freedom? Are you going to have more flexibility? Are you going to be doing work that you love? Are you going to be able to use your creative muscles? Think that through. And number 3, ask yourself, if I stayed in my current situation, are there things that I could proactively do to change and shift things so that I could find joy, peace and fulfillment right now? Because sometimes the answer is not necessarily to make a radical change and quit your job and start a business or whatever it is that you might be dreaming of, but to simply make some changes in your life right now, whether that be to have an honest conversation with your boss about the workload and how you're coping with it all, or whether you need to have an honest conversation about your pay and the fact that you're getting underpaid, if that's the case. Or perhaps it's even just changing your mindset around things and setting your own boundaries so that you look after your own health, your sanity and well-being. So those are the 3 questions to ask before you make a massive leap into something big like starting a business or quitting your job to do something else, and they will guide you to the right path. So I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment for me below. What is it that you're thinking of doing? And is it the case of the grass is always greener? Or is there something you can really be grateful for in your career right now? Sending you lots of love.